Here we are going to do what we call a raw material account, which is also known as direct material. So direct material and raw material, guys, is one and the same thing. Okay, and after that we are going to calculate direct labor, then we go to factory overhead cost. So please make sure that you watch until the end so that you're gonna gain some of the things that you didn't know under this cost accounting. This is very simple and straightforward chapter. Okay, without wasting any other time, let's look at the question paper that we have. Okay, it's a ledger account and cost calculation. Okay, they said Wishy manufacture the business produce washing machines and sell at a markup of 70% on cost. You know how to calculate a markup. They use a perpetual inventory system for finished goods and the periodic inventory system for raw material and indirect material. Okay, required. Prepare the raw material stock account. This is the one. Number 2, provide the workings of direct labor, and after that for factory overhead cost, 13 marks. Okay, now let's start with the information number A. They say the following balances appear among others in the books of Wishy manufacture. They give us opening balances, which is 1 March 2018, and closing balances of 28 February 2019. All right, if you check, number 1, we have a raw material, which is the same account that we are preparing. Number 2, we have work in progress, finished goods, and factory indirect material stock. Now let's focus on this one. Okay, guys, every time when you are dealing with manufacturing account, just know that opening balance are on the debit side, closing balance are on the credit side, and make sure that you know this format, because this format does not change. Okay, in other words, this is the opening balance, this is the closing balance. Creditors control is when we purchase a raw material on credit. Bank is when we bought cash, when we bought raw material or direct material cash. And the last bank is for transport that we paid to deliver those material. Very simple and straightforward. And work in progress is the balancing figure after we have calculated everything. That's what we are going to do for this free 80 marks. Okay, now let's start with the opening and closing, because they are given. Opening is 95,000 and closing is 110,500. Okay, now let's proceed. The other balances are for other account. Transaction number B, the raw material purchase on credit, which is 521. Raw material purchased on credit of 521. We bought on credit, which means that the words creditors control is going to be used here, which is 521,000. Okay, and the cost of transporting raw material to the factory amounted to 29,500. A transport cost is belonging here, which is 29,500. Okay, and from there they said indirect material bought for cash. Indirect material is not this one. This one is a direct. It's not indirect. Indirect belong here. Okay, so the number 4, wages paid. Number 5, salaries, commission, maintenance, water and electricity, rent and depreciation. The rest does not belong here, which means that we didn't have any material bought cash. Now we can calculate here and get the total. So the total this side will be 645,500. Okay, which means that is gonna be the same as this side. 645 minus 110 is going to give you 535,000. Then you are done with this account. That's 8 marks for free. No heavy work is needed here. You just do a simple step, then you're done. Okay, moving to the next one. The next one, we are going to calculate direct labor. Transaction number 4. Wages paid to workers amounted to 300,800, and they say the amount include the employer's contribution in respect of pension fund of 28,000. They say that amount of 300,000 has included 28,000 of pension fund. Now they want to test you whether you know that that amount must be included or not. Okay. Here is the final answer. So what you need to know is that a salary for direct labor, it must include this pension fund, which means that the total that they give us of 300,000 is a total, and there is nothing that we need to do it to subtract. Okay, now let's go back here and show that yes, this amount of 28,000 must be added, but from amount which is less in this one. It has been added from amount of, if you take this one minus this one, you will get amount of 272,800. Yes, it total must include that amount. It must not exclude. It must include. When we record a direct labor cost, we must include a pension fund. If they are given separate, add them together. This is the salary. This is a pension. That's why we add them together and we get this one. Okay. Then the next one. Now we are going to factory overhead cost, which is also known as indirect cost. All indirect costs that are not directly involved in the production. These are directly involved in the production, and these are also directly involved. These one are indirectly involved. We need to calculate them now. Okay, number one, we have indirect material, which we have to do a workings, because we have an opening balance which we add, closing balance we subtract, what was purchased during the year we add. Opening balance is 20,500. Let's take what we bought. Number 3, indirect material bought for cash, 77,500, and we subtract what we didn't use this year, which is the closing balance of 18,000. Okay, it's gonna give us 80,000. Okay, the next one, a salary paid for factory foreman is 105,000. So even this one, if you are given what we call a pension fund, you must add it as well. So here it was just given as 105,000. We just record it like that. And maintenance, number 7, maintenance of factory equipment paid 37,000, and further 11,000 is still owed. What do we do if the other amount is still owed? We do the same principle of income statement. If it's not yet recorded, we must add. If they record for next year, we must subtract. Okay, then maintenance, we're going to say 37,000, and the one which was still owed of 11,000. Okay, we're gonna get 48,000, just like that. Okay, and the next one, they said water and electricity paid for 21,000, and amount split between the factory and the office. Remember here, we only calculate what belongs to factory. Any other thing that does not belong to factory, we don't include. Okay, water and electricity, they say that it's 21,000. But on this 21,000, only factory allocated 4/1 is to 1 with the office, which means that the first one must match with the first one. They start with factory, and the number is 4, which is the first one. And the second one, they say office, and the second number is 1, which is related to office, okay, respectively. Okay, which means that in this case we know that what we are looking for is 4, but out of what? Out of total, when we add those ratio together, if there are 3, you must add all 3 of them. So 4 plus 1 is 5. Then it's gonna give us amount of 16,800. 16,800. Okay, moving to the next one. The next one, they say the rent paid amount to 108, and the factory is responsible for paying 80% of the rent. So 80% of the rent is what we are looking for, because the rest, office and selling and distribution, we don't include them here. 108,000 multiplied by 80%. Okay, then it's gonna give us 86,400. And the last one, they say depreciation on factory equipment amounted to 60,000. 60,500 for factory. We include it because they said it's for factory. I hope you learn. So creditors payment schedule, guys, it's more like a debtors collection schedule, the one we were doing on the previous video. But into this video, I come with the question paper that is going to deal straight with the creditors payment schedule. So please make sure that you stay tuned, watch until the end, so that you're gonna learn something that you didn't know about the creditors payment schedule. Okay, let's read the question. You are provided with the information of Fantasy Laptop, a business owned by Ray Rainey, for the budgeted period December to January 2021. Okay, and the business sells various type of laptop computers and does not sell on credit, and they also repair this item for customers at fee. Okay, required 4.1. Refer to information A and B. Number 1, complete the creditors payment schedule. That's our main question, and we also gonna touch 4.2, which is related to calculation that are going to be recorded under a cash budget. Okay, let's go to information number A and B. Markup percentage and sales. A markup of 75% on cost is used to set the sales price of the laptop. Okay, and they give us sales from October up to February. All right, so we were already provided with an answer sheet that look like this. Okay, now let's calculate. They said that we need to calculate for only February, this month, but we can calculate this one as well, so that you will be learning how to calculate this schedule. Okay, the first step when you calculate a creditors payment, you must calculate a credit purchase. Like when you prepare debtors collection schedule, you first calculate credit sales. Here we deal with credit purchase, because creditors payment we are paying to our supplier, which means that we must use credit purchase. So in this case, we are given a sales amount, but we have a markup that we can convert it to cost of sales. Cost of sales is the same as total purchase, and you don't just put it as total purchase here. We are looking for only credit purchase. Okay, let's read number B. All stock is bought on credit, which means that all stock are on credit, which means that 100% of it is on credit. Now let's calculate. Because we have a markup, we can calculate our credit purchase. Because they said all of them is credit, which means that no need for us to go and calculate again the percentage of credit purchase, because all of them, they said, are on credit. Okay, for December, we're gonna have 770,000 multiplied by Because we are looking for cost of sales, 100 must be on top, and we divide by 175 because our markup is 75. Okay, January, we're gonna have 560 multiplied by 100 over 175, and for February is 525,000 multiplied by 100 over 175. Okay, let's first get answers here. For December it's gonna be 440,000, and January is gonna be 320,000, and for February it's gonna be 330,000. That's our answers. Okay, you need to make sure that you show this calculation so that you can in marks. Okay, now let's check how these payment schedule are made. They said number B, some creditors offer discount for payment in the months of purchase. Okay, 50%. Okay, let's read the one that I skip. Stock sold is replaced in the months of sales. Simple means that all stock that they purchase, if we sold them, we replace them immediately. Okay, then they give us the schedule. 50% is paid in the month of purchase, in the same month. If we purchase December, 50% will be paid in December, and 30% after a month of sales, the following month. 20% is settled the second month after the second month or the following month of sales. Okay, we have a 10% discount where there's a 50%. So guys, when you start this schedule, the first step, if you want to simplify it, because they said the same month is 50%, you must look at the same month here. When we say the same month, you must point December, and this side you must also point December. January and January, and you check they're gonna meet here. February and February, they're going to meet here. Just like that, which means that these three, they are going to be 50%. Okay, let's calculate. It's gonna be 440,000 multiplied by 50% multiplied by 90%. Why 90? Because we have 10% discount. 100 minus 10, it gives us 90. We get answer. January, it's meet here 320 multiplied by 100. Okay, apology, multiplied by 50% multiplied by 90%. It's gonna give us answer. And we go to February, we do the same, 330,000 multiplied by 50% multiplied by 90%. It's gonna give us answer. Okay, if you calculate for February, it's gonna give you 135,000, and for January, it's gonna give you 144,000, and for December, it's gonna give you 198,000. Just like that. All right, now moving to the next one. Remember they say that 50% same month. Then they say that 30% is following month, né? Then 20% is after following month. Okay, 50% we did it, which for example was December and December. Now when we go to 30%, following month, if we were on December, following month is January. If you were on December, following month is January. If you were on January, following month is February. If you were on February, following month is March. Just like that. Okay, December, January is gonna be following month, and we said 440 multiplied by 30%, and we get answer. January following month is February. We're gonna say 320 multiplied by 30%. Okay, and it's gonna give us 320 multiplied by 30% is gonna give us 96,000. Okay, and this one is gonna give us 132,000, just like that. Now we are going to 20%. 20% is months after the following month. If we are talking about December, following month is January, and after following month is February. 20% is going to apply here. We are going to say 440 multiplied by 20%, and it's gonna give us 88,000. That's how we deal with creditors' payment schedule. This month is the previous one. January, December is the previous month. That's why you see there's no anything. February, December is the old month, because already February we are on the following year. February and January is the previous month. That's why we have nothing here. So that's how we compile collection schedule, guys. Very simple and straightforward. So please, guys, for those who want to buy a study guide, a soft copy is still available, grade 11 and grade 12 and grade 10. Make sure that you purchase as soon as possible so that you can get question like this one, so that you will be able to practice more and more example and train yourself. So we're going to do 4.2, which we are going to do some calculation. And also, guys, those who want to join extra class online, they are still available. Only 100 rand. You attend twice a week, and we also provide a lot of examples so that you can train yourself before you write a test. Make sure that you join as early as possible so that you won't face any challenge when you write your test. Guys, 100 rand is nothing compared to your future. So make sure that you join. 100 rand per month. Communicate with your parents so that they can help you to pay. Okay, 4.2. Calculate the following: refer to information C and D. Calculate percentage increase in security cost from February, and number 2, percentage commission paid to salesperson during February. Okay, let's start by expected insecurity cost from February. If we check security cost, it has increased from 18,000 to 28,000. Now we want to calculate increase. When we calculate the percentage increase, guys, use this formula: new minus old divided by old multiplied by 100. This formula will never give you a wrong answer, always correct. Okay, a new amount of security was 28,500. The old one minus 18,000, and we divide by 18,000, and we multiply by 100. Okay, and it's gonna give you 58. It's gonna give you 58.3%. Okay, and the next one, they want us to calculate for, okay, let me check, commission paid to salesperson, percentage change to commission. Okay, if you check commission, guys, okay, they said which month? December. Okay, commission for December, it came from 123 going down to 89,600, which means that our new is 89,600. Obviously, it's gonna give you a decrease, a negative, minus 123,200 divided by 123,200 multiplied by 100. It's gonna give you 6.3% of decrease. All right, you need to recalculate this to be 100% sure, but the formula is still very correct because I'm using a cell phone to do calculation. Okay, and also guys, make sure that you first calculate this and get answer, then you divide, so that because some calculators, they will give you different figures. Okay, otherwise let's go to water and electricity budgeted for December. Okay, let's take water and electricity transaction. They said expected increase from January 2021 is 24%. There is an expected increase from January, which is 24%. Let's check water and electricity. For December, we don't have any amount. We are looking for it. And January is 18,000. January is 18,600. And we want to go back. When we want to go back, we are looking for 100%. And what we have is after increase of 124, 100 plus 24. And it's going to give you an answer. Okay, I'm going to calculate this after the loan. Okay, now let's go to loan. The loan amount, they say that let me check question again. The loan repayment to be made on December. We are looking for loan repayment. Okay, a loan repayment, they said the loan from Delta Bank bear interest of 12.5% per year, and interest is not capitalized, and fixed loan repayment is made. A fixed loan, it does not change, in other words. Okay, if you check, we have only one option to calculate this repayment. We have interest on loan. December it was 9,000 and January it was 8,000. The interest decreased because of what? Of repayment. The first step, we must calculate the difference. 9,375 minus 8,125 is going to give us the difference of that loan, this interest. Let's calculate 9,375 minus 8,125. The interest gave us 125.50, and now we are looking for this capital amount. We must say 100 divided by 12.5 of interest. Then it's gonna give us 10,000. The loan repayment that was made, it was 10,000, and this one, let me calculate, 8,600 multiplied by 100 over 124, then it's 15,000 this side. This is water and electricity. This one is loan repayment. I hope you learned something, guys, and you enjoy. Please, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, make sure that you do so, so that by the end of this month or by the end of this year, guys, we must be able to reach at least 20,000 subscribers. We're gonna keep uploading them. So the method that we're going to use on this one is still a periodic inventory system, like the one that we did on the previous one. Okay, let's look at this question paper. The information provided below related to business run by S. Sithole. This business is the only shop that sells school uniform in the local area. Okay, then the required 1.1. S. Sithole has chosen to implement the periodic inventory system to calculate this business cost of sales. So I have already explained on the previous video that when it comes to periodic inventory system, it's used by small business, and perpetual is another method which is used by big companies. So this business is using periodic inventory system, which is used by small companies. Okay, then number 1.1.1, name other stock system that can be used. We have only two methods, periodic and inventory, perpetual. So for this one, they said other than periodic, which means that the other one is perpetual. It's perpetual inventory system. Okay, then 1.1.2 discuss one reason why Sithole decided not to use this system. Why Sithole decided not to use perpetual? Number one, perpetual requires software and computers to record the inventory, so it's going to be expensive. Okay, perpetual is very expensive. Okay, it's gonna require a lot of software, computers, a person who is going to install those software. So it's gonna be a lot of up and down. And the reason they said we have to give only one. Okay, you can also say it's more time consuming to record the cost of sales for each transaction. Remember, under perpetual, under each transaction we have to make sure that we record what? A cost of sales. If you don't have computer, you can't do that manually. It's gonna take the whole day. Okay, then the other question, calculate the cost of sales for the year ended 28 February 2017 using periodic inventory system. Show calculation in a bracket as part of marks can be awarded 12 marks. So this is the format that you can use to calculate cost of sales. 1.2 cost of sales calculation. Okay, number one, you must have opening stock. Number two, you must have purchase. Okay, not just purchase but a net. When we say the net purchase, we are referring to purchase after subtracting donation, withdrawals and returns. Okay, then the next one we have carriage on purchase, which is the same as transport cost. Okay, then we less a closing stock, then it will give us a cost of sales. So that's the formula that we are going to apply. Very simple formula. Okay, now let's check the information that we are given. They give us a stock uniform on 1 March 2016, which is opening stock. On 2017 February, they didn't give us closing stock. We have to calculate. Okay, opening balance, we have it. We don't have to worry about this one, 34,000. And the purchase, we have to open a bracket because we are going to do some of the calculations. Okay, number one, they said a school uniform are only item bought on credit by this business. Okay, we are going to use this instruction. Remember, they give us creditors control, opening and closing. We have to adjust them. Okay, the supplier charged 500 per delivery and 19 separate orders were made and delivered during the course of the year. 500 carriage and purchase is for delivery, 500, and they made 19. We have to multiply and get carriage on purchase of 9,500. Okay, the next transaction, creditors were paid amount of 424,570 is purchase 424,570. These are the amount that has been paid to creditors. In order for us to get exactly how much did we purchase, we have to add back. We have to add back a closing stock and we subtract opening. Okay, we're gonna subtract opening. Okay, let me take minus this side, minus 103,000. We use this formula, guys, because they give us amount that has been paid, not what we purchase. That's why we are doing a reversal. I know that some of you know that opening stock we always add, closing we always minus, but in this case we do vice versa because we are looking for what we purchase. Okay, what we purchase, because they give us amount that has been paid, not what was purchased. Okay, now 4 shirts with the cost price of 80 Rand each were damaged and therefore returned to supply. 4 multiplied by 80 is going to give us 320 minus 320 that has been returned to supply. Okay, and they said all stock value of 12,000 was donated to Children's Home. Minus is a donation, we have to subtract 12,000. Okay, and after performing year stock take, 275 item closing were on hand and average is 90 rand. This is a closing. 275 multiplied by 90 rand of each. Okay, closing we're gonna get, closing we have to subtract 24,750, and purchase we close the brackets now, and we're gonna get amount of 405,250. Okay, and you're gonna get, if you add everything and you subtract this one, your cost of sales will be 424,000. You have to make sure that you get it correct, because the next question we are going to calculate a markup using the same amount. Okay, 1.3.1. So this is the formula that you need to know to calculate what your cost of sales. Okay, moving to the next one. Calculate the markup that apply to his uniform. Okay, the same is total sales for the financial year ending is 28 February amounted to 742,000. Remember the formula to calculate markup, it says gross profit divided by cost of sales multiplied by 100. Let's get a gross profit. Remember they give us a under 1.3. They said Mr. Sitole sales for financial year end is amount of 742. Sales minus cost of sales is gonna give us a gross profit of 315 315,000 or 316. You can calculate on your side. Just say 742,000 minus 424,000. It's gonna give you the amount here, and cost of sales is 424,000 multiplied by 100, and the markup is 75%. Just like that. Okay, and in your, the next question, what is your opinion on this markup? Markup of 75. What is your opinion? 3.1, 1.3.2. What's your opinion? This markup is very high. The markup is very high. Why is very high? Remember at the beginning they said this business is the only business that sell uniform. So Mr. Sitole is taking advantage that there is no any other business that is selling uniform, which is not good, guys. Uniform is a must to you guys when you go to school. So it's not good if that uniform is expensive, because some of the people, they can't afford it. So what Mr. Sitole is doing is very, very wrong. Okay. Here they said Sitole is taking advantage of the parents who have no choice but to purchase their uniform. Yes, it's very correct. The parents do not have the choice but to purchase uniform for their children. This markup is very difficult for the parents. You have to reduce this markup. Okay, it's not good. So guys, this question paper is from a study guide that we did for you guys. So those who are looking for study guide, contact us on WhatsApp. For now, we are only selling a PDF study guide, because guys, to print it out is going to be more than 400, which is not good. So we are only selling a soft copy by 100 rand. Make sure that you contact us, and those who are looking for class are still available. Also 100 rand. You can check other subjects that we are offering as well. We'll see you on the part 3 for this one.